Range fans and Big E's reloading Discord server. Back on the range, this time on the 50-yard high power range, because I have no idea what I'm doing. 50-yard line, AR, and of all things, why? 224 Valkyrie. I don't know. Let's just say I like to root for the underdog. This is not a new build, by the way. I've had this build for quite some time, and like many others, I got frustrated with it. And honestly, I'm here to have an honest discussion with you today. I was going to send this thing down the road. It only has 40 rounds through it. I looked back through my logbook, only has 40 factory rounds through it. Over on Big E's reloading Discord server, I talked to the guys in the 224 forum and told them, hey, it's going down the road. And the guy said, hold on a minute. We're going to help you get this thing to shoot. They asked me for two things. One, let them see the rifle. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to let the fellows over there see this rifle. It is a Anderson lower, by the way, built by me, Anderson lower with a custom barrel. There's a lot of conversation out there around 224 Valkyrie. Look, I did know what I was getting into, but the fact of the matter is, this is a custom barrel. Doesn't even have a brand or a name on it. It was chambered. I know where it came from. It was chambered by a good friend gunsmith of mine with the right reamer and the right specs. So I know that's right. Not worried about that. It's a 24-inch barrel. I've got a 20 power SWFA sitting on top. Got a heck of a deal on this thing. And then I've got a Magpul pistol grip and a Magpul PRS stock. There's really nothing special about it, other than maybe me trying to get it to shoot. And that's what we're going to do today. And what they asked for, what Big E and others asked for over there, is to load 8 rounds. We used, what is it called? Quick Load and GRT software, along with some other stuff to try and determine, some other software to try and determine what the proper load is. Of course, here on YouTube, I'm not going to give you the load. If you want the load, visit Big E's Discord server or come over to dayattherange.com, where I will have this all printed, the build and all that kind of stuff. By the way, I'm a little behind over on dayattherange.com and getting this stuff printed, but I guarantee you I will get caught up, and will get caught up quickly. So I've got 8 rounds of the same load, which we think will be a good load. It is with Reloader 15 in once fired Starline cases. And in these Starline cases, I have Berger's 80.5 grain bullets. This barrel is a 1 7-inch twist. After I looked at it, I thought it was a 1 6.5. But that's probably because of all the stuff I've read on the net. But it is a 1 7. So I don't know if I'll be able to get the 90s to shoot well. But we're going to see. Because what I have, again, for clarity, is 8 rounds loaded up at the same load with Reloader 15. We're going to put 3 down range just to warm up the barrel. Then we're going to put 5 more down range with group across the chronograph. Probably make some adjustments to GRT, make some adjustments to quick load, and see if we can get this thing to shoot. Also behind that, I have 10 rounds starting at Reloader 15, starting at a specific load, and then going up by 0.2 grain increments for the ladder test. Many of you have probably heard of the ladder test. And that's what we're out here to do today. So it's going to be a quick video, 50 yards. I've got a big target hung up downrange because I'm not quite sure where this thing's going to shoot. But I've got some 1-inch dots down there on that big target. We're going to get the numbers across the chronograph and see what the fellows over at Big E's Discord server have to say about it. A little bit of a different view this time from behind the bench because the sun is right behind me, as you could probably tell, and it was not good for the camera at the other angle. So enough chit chat. Let's see what we can do, fellas. Here we go. All right, folks, I got everything set up here. I got 4 rounds in this thing. I actually have 9 rounds. This is the one standard load of 9 rounds. Again, it'll be printed over at dayattherange.com. I hope the camera stays focused where it needs to be. So this comes out right. I may not even post this thing? I don't know. Me fighting with 224 Valkyrie? We'll see. Those fellas over there, I will tell you, nice bunch of people. Really great camaraderie. They've made me feel at home. And they say they're going to help me get this thing to shoot. And you know what? I believe them. If I didn't, I wouldn't be out here giving it a try. So I'm going to give it a try. And we're going to see how this thing goes. Here we go. 4 rounds across the chronograph. And then we're going to take 5 rounds and put it across the chronograph. All right, here we go. Off safe. That is 2693. Again, it'll all be recorded over on dayattherange.com. Get the barrel hot. Shooting low at 50. $27.10. Are you kidding me? I don't know what the extreme spread and stuff looked like, but that was 2,726 feet per second. But you saw the target down there. Man, at 50 yards, this thing is literally all one hole. It's shooting a little bit low. I got the crosshairs on that top 1-inch target. Now we're going to take the last 5 rounds and use the same chronograph data and put it through. That way you guys see all of it. And then the next test, we're going to do the old ladder test, okay? And on that ladder test, that's where I have loaded all 10 of these rounds that you see here, 0.2 increments, all the way up, ladder test, to see what we can glean from that information and see if those old boys over there can help me out. Last 5 rounds of the same load at the same point of aim. All right, so again, there you have it. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to change and collect more data on the 0.2 increments. But you see that group downrange. I know it's only at 50 yards now. I wish I would have set up at 100. Safety is always key for me. It's the number one thing. And because I wasn't quite sure where this thing was going to shoot, I wanted something in close, ensure that I was going into the backstop downrange like I am. But next time, you know, I'm going to document or vlog, as most would say, my success or not with 224 Valkyrie. Yeah, I know 6.5 Grendel's out there. I know 6mm is out there. I know I could have went with something much different. Quite frankly, when I built this thing, those weren't around quite yet. 6.5 Grendel's been around for some time, but they were still kind of wildcatish, I want to call it. But I decided, my decision, go with 224 Valkyrie, root for the little guy, and see, I know Federal's not a little guy, by the way, but in my view, root for the little guy and see what we can do for it. And I got frustrated. I absolutely got frustrated. But we're going to see what these guys over at Big E's can help me with. All this information, 224 Valk, will be posted at dayattherange.com. Ladder test. And now, on this next test, this is the 90 grain Sierra Match King. Okay, got that set up. We're going to go one at a time. One at a time. All right, here we go. First shot. Now I'm going to go to that bottom. All right. Hopefully I don't shoot my old chronograph. Here we go. 90 grain Sierra Match King, reloader 15. It is 38 degrees out here. I know reloader 15 is temperature sensitive. May end up having to do something like this if this old thing stays around. May have to end up doing something like this in the summertime if I continue to go forward with reloader 15. But what I wanted to do was give it its fair shot and bring you along on that journey. $24.33 with that load. Put it on safe. Chamber around. Boat go home. Off safe. $24.28 on that one. By the way, 90 grain Sierra Match Kings. This one is with Hornady brass. And also, I did take the case volume metrics with water. Weigh it empty. Put water up to the brim. Weigh it again. That way you know what the case volume is. You use that metric in GRT and both quick load to try to determine. Primer doesn't look bad at all. So that was the second shot. And I'm going to save that case in here to get you all a little bit of a close-up of that particular primer. Safe. Again, just testing, folks. Not done anything like this on camera before. $24.50. $24.87. $24.92. Man, this thing is soft shooting. By the way, this was once fired Hornady brass, and the primer pockets were crimped previously. I took very little out as I punched them, so these primers went in really, really tight. Again, you can see all kind of stuff about 224 Valkyrie and the pitfalls of it. What this video is about is see if me and the fellas can get this thing to shoot. Ah, last one didn't eject too well. All right, let's get this thing right, boys. Testing live right here on the range with me. All my critics and everything. Gosh, this thing is soft shooting. That was 25-44. And for some reason, not ejecting all that great. No primer swipes. Huh. You know what? Let me feed from the magazine. Because it ejected fine from the magazine. The single feed's not going so well. All safe. Man, did I break an extractor? Because this thing's not ejecting now, fellas. Safe. I think I may have broken an extractor. Is that possible? It's not ejecting. This is the 9th round. I'll check that when I get home. That was 2,564. We'll compile all this data for you. Okay, that one looked like it came out. I'm going to try to save this last round because it's close to max load to evaluate for pressure. There it is. 2,604. It did eject, but pretty weak. And I've got the last cartridge here. Camera won't focus. I'll show it to you when we get home. You saw the groups online. I'm going to get home, compile this data for everyone at dayattherange.com. Continue to join me. See if we can make this old 224 shoot. Now I got to check the extractor. Mr. Revolver Guy, 224 testing. I'm out. Well, folks, you've seen this old thing before. That's that 1022, that competition between me and old Sissy. Remember that previous video? You know I wasn't going home too quick, but really just a testing day. Many have been giving me fits about the magazines and testing a specific magazine. And then I got some interesting information about how to particularly polish the feed ramp on a 1022 magazine so it wouldn't shave the lead from the Freedom Pill. And so that's what I've done. I've got some Ely Tenix, and if you notice in the previous, you see the comments down below where folks were talking about, hey man, I think it's that last shot, I think it's shaving lead off the bullets. I got all kind of emails from it. So what I've done, this clear magazine, the only clear one I have, following the instructions from an email I received. I got some Ely Tenix here at 50 yards. Following those instructions, I polished the feed ramp a little bit. I hope not enough to screw up the 1022 magazine, but I've got 5 rounds, always had a flyer on the last round. So we're going to put them in here and see how it goes today. 1-inch target downrange. Now, I call Sissy. She saw the video, of course, one of my biggest supporters. And she said, you're going to need more testing. You're going to need more shooting before you get me out there, because you ain't even in my class. Would you believe she told me something like that? Would you believe that, folks? Well, some will call this testing and practice. Let's see here. All right. All right, let's see. All right. You know what, folks? I got no flyer from that. I got no flyer at all from that group. But I noticed with the Ely 10X, it shoot much higher. I hope with the camera, we were able to get those, because I did zoom in on the target downrange. Hopefully you can see that. But now that I know where it's shooting with this ammo, we'll take 5 more rounds and see if I got the same result. And if so, I might do some more polishing. Man, that cat might be on to something. Interesting. Here we go. I think I am liking what I see. What do you guys think? All right, 15 rounds. Then I got to get home and compile that previous video's data for Big E and the fellows over there. See if they can help a poor fella like me get on target with that 224 Valkyrie. We'll see. Sissy, you in trouble. Let's see. Uh-oh. Failure to feed. I could tell that right away. Oh, yeah, it did feed, but something went wrong there. I don't know, folks. You know what? One more time. 5 rounds. This time I'm going to take a different point of aim. Since I had a jam there, I was going to leave, but since I had a jam. Whew. Yeah, I know you guys didn't come to see me load magazines. I can hear it now and all that crap. Yada, yada, yada. Not one of my traditional videos. Really meant for a testing day. All right, here we go. Different point of aim. Sissy, you need more practice. you better look at that group downrange and get your stuff together, young lady. Here we go, fellas. That's going to be a challenge. We got to get Jess out here too. But now I'm going home, folks. Thank you.